Okay, we are going to start with Andrea. So I'm super excited, first off, because we have two boss babes on tonight, one of our newest diamonds and one of our newest emeralds, and they're actually on the same team. So I'm just really excited for you guys to get to hear them because they are just absolutely killing it right now. So definitely take all the notes and whatever they're doing, you want to be doing, you guys, because it's working. So anyways, Andrea, if you just want to unmute yourself and just start with like introducing yourself. I know we've had Andrea on the Zoom a while back, but if you guys are new, you guys are just been so inspired by her. So if you just want to start with your story and stuff, and then we'll go into the questions from there.
Yes, can you hear me okay? Okay, perfect. So hello, I am Andrea Lucier. I joined this business about 5 months ago now. And before I actually joined, I was a customer. So I had watched Courtney for a while, and I had decided to try the Skinny Coffee, and I loved it, and I had great results with it. And then I kept watching her stories, and I saw all these people making so much money, and I was like, there's like, how in the world are they doing it? And so I messaged her one day, and I was just like, I'm just going to go for it. Why not? I'm a teacher. I was a first-year teacher. I'm going into my second year, and to be honest, I'm hoping it's my last year of teaching. I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm able to make a full-time income from this business, something that I never really thought was possible. But it's kind of just blown me away. And I think the biggest thing for me was I kind of jumped right in, and I immediately, like, I was blowing up Courtney's phone. I was like, what can I do next? What now? What now? What now? Tell me next. And I really just, quitting was never like on the table for me. It was never a thing, and it never has been a thing, and it never will be. And so I think that's a big part of how I've seen the success that I have. So just kind of a quick run through. I went Ruby in 6 weeks when I joined. I went Emerald in 3, and then I just went Diamond this past month. So I did that in 5 months.
So amazing, you guys. She's like one of those people that you pray to have in your business. And the thing is that she does all the things that a lot of us do, but she's just so intentional about it, and she's so positive about it. And when we say like mindset is absolutely like everything, that just could not be more true. And one of the first Zooms I ever had her on, I messaged her after, or I asked her on the Zoom, I was like, do you do self-development? She was like, no, but I need to start. And it was just so crazy to me because she's like, she just has a very good mindset going into this. And I truly feel like that's what's gotten her to where she is. But I'm just excited too, because throughout all of this, you definitely had struggles too. You know, all of us, I think sometimes we see these people that do these things like so quickly and so fast. But like the only reason they like did that is because they just kept going through those struggles. So, you know, she had people quit on her team. She had people not working. She had all these things come up, and it was just like crazy because every time that would happen, I would just be like, here's like, she would be like, it's like crazy how like it's trying to stop me right now. Like she would truly just like notice that happening, and then she would just keep going. So instead of that like holding her back and keep her from like reaching or hitting her goals, she just kept her eye on the prize, and she just kept going. And you missed the diamond bonus, like barely, but yeah, barely, you guys. But she wanted it so bad, and I am so inspired by that because I feel like so many people get so wrapped up in the bonuses, and they're like, well, didn't get a bonus, I may as well just give up, you know. And you were just like, I'm gonna keep on going, like I'm running strong, like I'm so close, you know. And so she just inspires me, you guys, because I know that so many of us will just get in our head about things and let all the things stop us. And she just kept on going through all those things. And then here she is 5 months later, which is crazy. It's been 5 months, but Diamond, which is huge, you guys. It's the top 2% of the entire company. And so it's just so awesome. So did you, okay, like going into this, did you ever like expect or want this to become like a full-time thing, or is your vision just kind of grown with it?
It has completely grown. I literally joined for gas money, for rent money, just to kind of stop relying so much on my parents. You know, I was living on my own. I had just started teaching. I had put so much money into my classroom, and I really just wanted to get on my feet and kind of not feel like I was constantly living paycheck to paycheck. And my goal was truly, I think when Courtney asked me the first day I joined, my goal was like, I was like, she's like, what's your goal? And I'm like, I don't even know what a good goal is. Like $200-300, that's my goal. And I mean, and it's just crazy how much that has just grown. And truthfully, I think with my mindset, maybe it's part of like being a teacher, but that growth mindset type of thing, like it became addicting to me. Like I loved waking up and having, you know, messages from customers saying that they've had the best results and they want to try another product, and they, you know, I need the Skinny Coffee, I need more. Like that's so rewarding. And then on top of it, seeing your paychecks just like double and grow and grow and grow, it's truly so addicting. And you kind of just, you know, it's funny to watch what my dream board was at the beginning versus what it is now and what it's kind of transformed into, because my goals of being able to pay my rent and pay off my car, like that's not even what my goals are anymore. My goal is, you know, to work full time from home and, you know, to move into a house and to be traveling the world. So it's just so crazy. But yeah, it totally transformed. I never knew it could do this for me, but yeah.
And here you are, killing the game. Yeah, it's so funny, guys, because we all joined for like something so small, and then you're just like, you catch on to that vision and you just realize like what this can do for you, and it just opens up a whole nother door. Because it's like, before this business, like I always feel like this business is like a different world. Like you don't think those things are possible. Like you feel absolutely insane to like want some of the things that you want, because you just feel like it's not possible. And like this business, just knowing that you can have that and that it's literally right in front of you, you just have to work hard for it, but you can do it, is just, it's something that's so nice. So something that I feel that I noticed about her too is that like I had a slow start to this business, you guys, personally. And the reason that is because I was like doing things, but I wasn't doing it at my full potential. So to kind of give you an example, when I had to like reach out to people I knew, like that made me so nervous. And so I like went really, really slow at it. She was like, okay, I have a list of 30 people. I'll send out messages now. Like she was just asking me what to do. And then instead of like making up excuses or like thinking too much about it to where it freaks her out, she just went and did it. And because of that, she's gotten these results like so quickly, which is just so awesome. So, okay, we want to know just like your daily non-negotiables, you guys, and be writing this down because whatever she's doing, like we said, is working. So just what do you do on the daily to like work your business?
So it's kind of just become my like daily routine now. I don't even think twice about it. So I wake up in the morning when my alarm goes off in the morning. Well, and just kind of before I even go into that, like I wake up at 5:30 and I go work until 4:30. Then I go to the gym and I don't get home till usually 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Like I am up at 5:30 and I am not home till 8, 8:30. So I promise you, no matter how busy you are, you can do this business. And I always say too, busy people are the best for this business because I just prioritize my time. Like I love doing this. I see the end goal, so I make time for it. So my kind of daily routine, my alarm goes off, I wake up, I lay in bed, and I follow 75 to 100 people right there before I even get out of bed. Then I get up and I get ready, and then I come into the kitchen. I make my keto coffee with my greens, and now I do the Just Celery too. And so I take videos of those so that I can upload those. I get them ready kind of as I'm sitting here, like eating my breakfast, and then I go to work. And then when I'm teaching, I drop my kids off at their special. So whether it's gym, whatever, I drop them off, and I quickly, like, as far as your stories, like I have something on my story every single day since I joined this business, like blow it up. But it's, remember to kind of mix in other things like your life, because you kind of pull them in with your life interests. So like for me, it's a lot of fashion, teaching, and travel. Those are like kind of my things. So I pull them in with that, post those, and then I mix in the business. So, you know, I get to work, I drop my kids off at special, and then it's 2 seconds. I pull out my phone on my walk in the hallway back to my classroom, and I post 2 things on my story. They're saved on your phone, so it literally takes 10 seconds. Like there is no excuses. It takes 10 seconds. Pull up your phone, click it, and post it. It's done by the time I get back to my classroom. Then I work, I do more on my lunch, then I do more on that recess in the afternoon, then I go to the gym, and then usually when I get home, I follow about 100 more. So I aim to follow about 150 to 200 people a day. That's usually my goal, and I do that both through Insta or Facebook. I utilize both. Some people prefer one or the other. When people come to me feeling like they've kind of hit a halt in their business, I tell them to utilize both if they're not already. So just making sure I always have stories, making sure I am always following people, messaging people. So I follow about 150 to 200 a day. I message usually about 150 to 200 as well. And then life posts are huge. And that was the one thing that I regret not doing from the get-go. I did it, but I never was the type to like go out and take pictures and like every single day. And so now what I do, whether I hang out, if Caitlin lives like right by me, so we'll have 5 outfits and we'll just go take a bunch of pictures. And then I have pictures for the whole month. And so I found that that's a great way to do it, or have your husband, boyfriend, friends, anybody that's around you, take just a bunch of them. And then you are set for a week, or you're set for 2 weeks, or however long it is. But those life posts are huge because they're not necessarily the products being put in people's faces, but they are kind of bringing people in, like we talked about, through your interests. They like to see that you're, you know, what you're doing and that they can relate to you in some way. And then I usually in my caption somehow will mention the business and kind of draw them in with a picture, hit them with the caption type of thing. And a lot of times what I do is on Sundays, I'll like upload my pictures and my drafts to Instagram, and then I will type up all of my captions so that literally when I'm so crazy busy during the week, I just get on, I click one of them, and I post it for the day. So I found that that's been super helpful for me as well. And then usually in my drives to work or from work, doing some sort of PD, which I didn't do at the beginning, but I do it now, and I love it. I think when your mind's in a good place, so is your business.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. And see, you guys, I feel like there's just like always two ways to like look at things. And like sitting here listening to her, like she's saying, it's no big deal. Like, you know, I just do it. Like I drop my kids off here and then I just make a post and it's so easy. It's on my phone. Or I hear people and they're like, I wake up at 5:30. I don't get home until 8:30. You know, like I'm so busy. I teach. You know, it's just literally the way you look at things, you guys. So it's just no excuses because all of us are busy. None of us are just sitting around all day doing absolutely nothing. Or at least anyone I know. And so it's up to you. And the reason that she pushes like she does is because she wants it that bad. So if you don't want it that bad, then you need to find something that makes you want it so bad. Like, why did you actually join the business? And that's when I like started this business. You know, like I was so consistent. Like quitting was never even like a thought in my mind. Like I was just, I knew I was here for the long haul, and it was something that like I was going to figure out and make work. And so because of that mindset, it's really what's going to drive you far, you guys, and it's what's going to take you. So figure out what you want and know that you can have it. And like having that power is just so awesome. So, okay. Would you say that, so you message a lot of people. So do you feel like you get, because she's a big mass enroller for loyal customers and distributors both. So do you feel that you get more people from just posting on stories, or definitely like reaching out and like conversating with them?
Yeah, so I get customers, I feel like more so from messaging. And everyone is different, but from my experience, what I found the most success with is I message strictly for customers. So I'm only sending out messages for loyal customers. But then if they come back and, you know, we get all the way through the conversation and they say, I just don't have the funds, or I'm too broke, or I need, you know, I don't have the money, it's too expensive, then I'll go in and say, oh my gosh, well, you know, I work this business and it has given me this, this, and this, and I've had these promotions and it's changed my life and blah, blah, blah. And then I work in the business that way of being a distributor. But yeah, I would say I get my customers through messaging, and then I get distributors through my stories. But unless they tell me that they're too broke or that they're low on funds, I don't message for distributors, only because I post on my story every single day for distributors, but I just kind of feel like you have to have them, you have to want it. You cannot make somebody want this business. Trust me, I have tried it in the beginning. I have people quit the day before I'm trying to promote that are at the top of my team, literally. And you can't make somebody want it. It's exhausting. And if they don't want it at the end of the day, you can't force somebody. So I really try. I feel like, you know, just by like doing my job and doing my end of my business, you know, I'll bring in the people that, you know, want it, and that will really help me grow as a leader and our team grow. So I really look for the people who take that ambition and the step to reach out, unless they give me a reason to kind of integrate or bring up the business.
For sure. So when you're talking to people, do you feel like a lot of times you're enrolling them right off the spot, or do you feel like you're having to reach out? Like, what's kind of your system as far as like following up with people? And like, would you say you have a big rate that sign up right off the bat, or is it like within your follow-up? Like, how do you go about all of that?
Yeah, so majority of them I do have to follow up with. So when I get my no's, or I have to think about it, that's usually what I get, is I need to think about it, or I need to sleep on it, I need to check my budget for the month or whatever that is. Then I say, okay, totally understand, when would be a good time? And I write their name down in a notebook, and literally I put their name, the products that they were interested in, and then a date. Like I make them give me a date. And if they don't give me a date, I make up a date. So a couple days, okay, then that's just going to be 2 days in my head kind of thing. Like I don't ever overestimate it, because you don't want to lose them, or you don't want them to spend their paycheck, that type of thing. But I try to get a date out of them. Otherwise, I usually just do 2 or 3 days. And then every single day I check my notebook for today's date, and I message those people and follow up with them. So that's kind of how I do it. But a lot of times you'll just get put on read. And so with those people, when I go back to follow up, I just kind of say like, you know, hey, I just want to check in. I'm so sorry if I caught you the other day at a bad time. Were you still interested in trying whatever product? But I usually kind of do just checking in. Sorry if I caught you at a bad time the other day, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of usually the script that I usually go off of. And then 2, with distributors and loyal customers, I kind of give when going for Ruby, once, new distributors are now working for distributors as well, I always give my new distributors the goal of on their story to post twice about customers and once about distributors every single day. So that's 3 times they must be posting. It does customers and distributors, and then they need to be mixing in life posts in between, or like life things on their stories. So that's kind of a goal that I've found that my new distributors too have thought is super successful. And I think too, as a leader, giving your new distributors like concrete, this is your goal, this is your direction, and to do it makes it a lot easier for them. They don't feel like they're left hanging. They were given a goal. They were told exactly what to do so they can go do it.
Okay, so good. So what's really funny, you guys, is that she at first like started enrolling all these customers like crazy. And then I was like, all right, let's start building your team. And she was just so like mind boggled that she had to like grow. She's like, I don't know about that. Like customers, no problem. But this growing my team thing is pretty scary. And so what helped you get past that? Because it's truly all a mindset, because now she's mass enrolling distributors as well, you guys. And I told her that. I said, look, if you can mass enroll customers like you are, you can do the exact same thing with distributors. You just have to like believe that you can. So what was like that, I guess you could say, like breakthrough for you that allowed you to like start enrolling team members and stuff, because now you're just like left and right. So
yeah. So I think for me, it was just constantly every day reminding myself, like, if it was easy and these distributors were just going to message me, I'm ready to do it, let's go, like everybody would do this business. So I think that's kind of a mindset everybody needs. It's not supposed to be easy. Otherwise, everybody would be in this. Everybody would, be promoting like crazy. So I tried to remind myself of that. And I'm just a firm believer in like this business, you have to be consistent. Like you will not see success if you are not consistent. So it was truly sticking it out every single day, posting about being a distributor, posting a life post on my main feed of Instagram, and just like believing and praying that these distributors that, wanted it as bad as I did would come into my life. And I just remember checking my phone one day and I had a message and she's like, I want to join. I want to do this. And I was like, oh my gosh, breakthrough. This is it. Like, I can do this. But I'm like, okay, that's only one. Like, I have to keep going. And I swear to you, I didn't enroll my first distributor until 4 weeks into this business. And I was posting like every single day. It took time. People need to see stuff more than once. So don't get discouraged if you post for a week and you haven't had anything. It takes people time. I watched Courtney for a long, long time, like probably over a year before I finally like went for it. So just kind of try to remember that people need to warm up to stuff. It's different than the norm nowadays. Not a lot of people are working from home, working from home and getting to do something like this. So they're hesitant and they need to see continuous posts and get it in their mind. I have people, I just literally 10 minutes before the Zoom had a distributor enroll, and she was somebody I talked to probably my second week into this business about joining, and she just now went for it. So just try to remember it takes some time. And I swear once one comes, they all come. Like, it's kind of crazy, but they really do. Like, I didn't have anyone for 4 weeks, and all of a sudden 3 joined within 48 hours. And I was like, what? So just that consistency piece, and they will come, I promise. Pray them into your business, and just keep that positive mindset. There's something else I wanted. Oh, and grow your followers. That is like my biggest advice. I swear I blow up my team chats about it like daily. Like, you grow your followers. Like, if you feel like you're at a halt, grow your followers. If you feel like you don't have any customers, grow your followers. Every day, grow your followers. Like, those are eyes on your business. That is how your business grows. It can't grow if you don't let it grow. So that is just huge. That is like the number one suggestion I tell people is grow your business every single day. Be following people.
Yeah. Like you said about the one distributor too, it's like, it is so funny. It's like once you get that one, it was like the same. I feel like the time frame was like the same for me. It was like a month, and I enrolled my first distributor. Her name was Heather Kinney. I still follow her on Instagram, and she quit my team like 2 days later and like just wasn't responding. And I was like, what the heck? But it's so funny, you guys, because now I think back and I'm like, what if she would have stuck out with this business? Like, can you even imagine? Like, I'm sure she just like watches and is just like, I wonder if she ever thinks about that. But anyways, you're going to have people quit too. And that's something I kind of want to go into with you, because you have went through all the struggles and you have, you've experienced it all. So how have you like gone through that? Like, And I feel like a lot, like we just talk every time something like that happens. And I think that's something you're really good about, is like reaching out to me anytime you have experienced anything like that. And so it's kind of like, I can like walk you through that and stuff and just kind of explain stuff. But like mentally, because that could have held you back from so many different things. Like when you felt down, I guess, how like did you get out of that hole?
Yeah, so I think really just going back to kind of your why you joined, remembering exactly what brought you into this business. And I mean, it's hard, you guys. Like, it sucks when you have those people and you feel like you're going to go backwards in this business, but you just have to maintain that positive mindset. I turned to a lot of professional development, like we talked about. That's kind of when I first started doing it, when I had one of my top girls, she quit on me right before my first big promotion. And I mean, my heart was so set on it. I was so excited. And she texted me and she's like, I'm done. How do I, and it was like 2 days before the end of the month, you guys, like 2 days before. And I was heartbroken. And I had to walk her through it. And I texted Courtney and I was like, Courtney, like, I'm never going to promote. Like, this is not happening. Like, this cannot be real. And newsflash, 5 months later, here we are. And a lot of people quit. That's just kind of how it goes. My biggest suggestion is be a leader. Be a leader. Be there for them. Check in with them. Because if they have no guidance, they're not going to, I would never be where I am if I hadn't blown up Courtney's phone like I did in the beginning. I still do certain days. Like, utilize what you have. That's what we're here for. Sometimes as a leader, I'm probably annoying my distributors. I message them so much, but they need you. They need you to walk them through it. I would not know how to have a conversation with loyal customers if I hadn't let Courtney walk me through it. I think that's my biggest challenge, is sometimes I feel like a lot of new distributors, they just want to take off on their own, and I just, let us help you. We want to help you. We are here for you. So something that I've found with training my distributors, one, really, like, if hopefully you've had, good leadership, and I took everything Courtney trained me great. So I use her trainings. The stuff that she gave me, I give my new distributors. And I walk them through that. I go over social media with them. I get them completely going with their first goal of 4 customers. And I check in with them every single day. If they didn't answer me the day before, I still text them the next day. And then something too that I've started within the last maybe month or two that I actually saw Cheyenne Max do is, next to everybody in my phone, I put I do hearts, but an emoji based on like their team, so I colored hearts. And if I ever notice that like one of the hearts gets really low in my messages, I know I need to check in with them. So really making sure, just like whatever emoji you use, but making sure it's high up there that you are checking in with them, because as your team grows, it gets really hard to kind of check in with everybody. And you get those people that you can they can run, and you can trust that you don't need to check in with them. For example, Caitlin, who you guys will hear from, she's an incredible leader. I don't have to check in with her. She has taken my trainings and she has run with this business. But she also too, she has, what's the word I'm looking for? She has really like been engaged and taken the trainings and let me be there for her and let her give her trainings. So I think just if you are ever, feeling discouraged, go to your upline. I remember before my diamond promotion, I text Courtney, I was like, it's not happening. And she's like, nope, I'm here for you. Ready? We're going to talk through it. Here we go. And I was like, yep, she's right. I have to do it. I just have to do it. And so I think too, just having quitting never be on the table. It has never been on the table. Like, before every promotion, somebody quitting on me, I was like, well, I still have to do it because I have to do it for myself. I joined this business for a reason, and I want to meet it. Like, failing is not an option. So turning to FPD, turn to your dream board, turn to your why. You don't want to let yourself down. You didn't join this business to quit. And I just had someone quit today too. And she joined like a week ago. I'm like, you didn't join this business to quit, So really just reminding them of their why and talking them through it. But you control your success. You do not ever, these people that you want in your business that want it as bad as you do, they will come. They will come. Just be consistent and keep going with that positive mindset.
Yes. I love it, you guys. So I actually had a girl message me today and she's like, hey, Courtney, I need to turn off my auto shipment. She's like, this business just isn't going to work for me. And literally I had texted her several times. I went through like some of the trainings and stuff, and she just hadn't messaged me back. Like, she hadn't even started in her business, but it wasn't going to even work for her. Cause like in her mind, she already had made that decision. And that just like, every time I get one of those messages, it makes me so sad, because I'm like, if only you knew, it's just so crazy. But you're going to have those people no matter what rank you're at. You're going to have people quit on you left and right. You just have to keep going. You have to find that one. And that's what I have told every single one of my leaders. I'm like, you just have to go find a you. Like, go find your one, and that will change your entire business. And it's probably like so annoying, but then you find that person, like Andrea and Caitlin, you know, she found Caitlin. It's like, and that changes your entire business. Like, just finding that one person at a time feels so good. And that was like with Andrea. I knew as soon as she started, I was like, let's work really close together. Like, I automatically just knew that she had like all this potential and stuff, and I could really feel that. And so I feel that you are so good at leading your team. Like, you just started doing Zooms like right off the bat. Like, you just started like, you know, when you started like Ruby doing Zooms and stuff, I think, didn't you? Yeah. So was that uncomfortable for you? Like, what, I guess, because I feel like a lot of people get in their heads, they're like, well, I only have a few people on my team. Like, I can't be doing that stuff, but you can. Like, that's so important to be tuning in and like staying connected with your team. So how, I guess, like, is that just something you're like good at doing, or is it something you got like out of your comfort zone to do? Like, I guess, like, I'm just asking, like, how do you force yourself to do so?
Yeah, public speaking is not my forte. But to be honest, the first time Courtney asked me to do a Zoom, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't do it. And then I was like, I literally sat there for 2 seconds and I said, what do you want out of this business? Like, if I want to go anywhere in this business, I have to do it. You have to get out of your comfort zone. If it was comfortable and easy, everyone would be doing this. Everybody would be where I am. It wouldn't even make it special. So I was like, I have to do it. So I did it. My first one with Courtney, and then she suggested do it with your team, and I did. And it started with, I swear, maybe one of them we had like 4 people, 5 people, and now it's like 20, 30, and they just keep growing. And it's honestly, it's really rewarding. And it kind of reminds you, you are growing, and progress is progress, and everybody moves at different paces. So I think it's important to remember, don't compare your story to Courtney's or mine or Caitlin's or the girl that you're texting or whoever it is. Everybody's story is different, but progress is progress. And it doesn't matter if you get there tomorrow or in a week from now, like, you are going there if you have that mindset. You can do this. There is, how many people in this world? 7.5 million, I think. Like, you can do this. And your business can only grow. And so I think really just remembering that, and you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You are. I was never somebody where I thought I was going to post a life post every single day on Facebook or on Instagram and blow up Facebook and Instagram constantly. And it was a fear of mine. That was my number one fear, was what are people going to think? And I did. I had a good friend of mine reach out to me, and they were just like, Andrea, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think you should be doing this. I just kind of have like a bad feeling about it. Like, don't do it. And I was like, I'm doing it. Like, I have to do it. I want to change in my life. No change is going to come. I'm going to keep living paycheck to paycheck if I keep doing what I'm doing. So I would rather do it and find out than regret it for forever. And I think that pushed me too, was I wanted to prove everybody wrong. I wanted to show them that I was going to do it. Their assumptions, they weren't true, and I wasn't going to let them be. And I think now I have people who they doubted me. They told me don't do it. 2 of them have joined my team now. So it's just like really rewarding. And I think that, even push me more. And now I don't even think twice about posting on Instagram or Facebook or sending, doing a Zoom with my team. I love every second of it. But it took that one time where it kind of getting over that hump or getting over your fear. And now it's the best thing in the world. And it's such an awesome feeling to feel success and know that, I mean, this is just the beginning for all of us. We still have it's just the beginning. So.
Yes, I love it. I feel like every single one of us have like that person that's like, what are you doing? Like, you're nuts. Like, why are you doing this? And it's like sad how many people like actually quit from that one person. And it's like, you're literally letting someone like determine like your future from just making that one decision. It's crazy. So I think something else that's just so important is walking your leaders through those steps, because that happens to so many of us. Probably every single one of us on here, we've had that person that said a rude or negative comment. And like I said, that stops a lot of people. So make sure you're just being there for your leaders, and you're like walking them through those steps. Be like, look, not everyone's going to be supportive of you, but down the road, they're going to join your team. And it's like the best feeling ever in the world. You just like have like this like silliest smile on your face when it happens. You're like, I freaking knew it. Like, I knew you were coming. But guys, like, it's so crazy. Just, you can't let that defeat you, but be there for them and walk them through those things, through those hard times, because this isn't all just, it's a lot, it's work, but it's so much fun. And, if you can just walk them through there and be that person for them to kind of help them get through it, and like be understanding and like relate with them, and not think that they're like the only one. Cause I think that's like when we get started, we feel like we're the only ones that like feel that way or go through like the downtimes or have people quit on us or have people say negative things. And so when you're there and you can walk them through those steps, it's so helpful and can take people so far. So make sure you're just being that person for your team. And something else I wanted to say is that it's crazy how it is truly just like deciding, because I know that when she was going diamond last month, she was like, I don't know, I'm still pretty far. Like she was like, I don't know if this is going to happen. And I was like, what's your, like, how much volume do you have left? She told me, I was like, no, you have to make it happen. I was like, you're too close for it not to happen. And she's like, okay, making it happen. And then she went and made it happen. So it's like, you have to decide, you know, like that's what it comes down to, is just deciding, guys. That one decision is just so freaking powerful. And one other thing is the fact that you got, was it ankle or foot surgery?
Foot.
She got foot surgery on like the day before she went diamond. Like, couldn't even get out of bed probably, and like here she is going diamond, like I'm sure in a ton of freaking pain. So you guys, no excuses is basically my point. So anyways, Andrea, you're the freaking bomb. I'm gonna have you like if you think of like one more thing after we get done with Caitlin that you want to share, you can after, but we will go ahead and have Caitlin unmute herself and start with her story. Caitlin, I'm so excited because I feel like I see your stuff all the time, but like I just haven't gotten to like know you at all. So I don't know your story and like all the things. So I'm just excited to hear from you. So if you'll just start with your story and then we'll go into all of our questions from there.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay? See you okay? All right, awesome. So my story, so Andrea and I actually knew each other from college. I was also a first year teacher. I moved to a new town and I started teaching and quickly realized that I was crazy stressed out and just like way overwhelmed, completely overwhelmed. I taught kindergarten and I got switched to 6th grade. And like any job or anything that you do when you're crazy stressed, what do? You like eat and drink way too much because you're stressed, you know? So Andrea came up to me and was like, hey, I'm doing this thing, like I'm selling this like keto coffee. Would you want to try it? Or like, do you want to join me? I think it'd be great. I'm like, all right, sure. So I tried it and I loved it so much. It's helped me like gain my confidence back. I've lost like 15 pounds from using the products and I began to love this more than my job. Like I would be at school and I'm like, I can't wait to message people. Like, I can't wait to answer back. I can't wait to do this, you know? And I just like, it becomes addicting, like Andrea was saying. So I was doing that and like throughout the year it was going on. It's just, I was realizing that teaching wasn't for me and I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. And I'm the type of person, like, if you don't love your life 100%, change it. So I'm like, you know what? I don't really know what God has in store, but I know this isn't for me. But I do know that I freaking love doing this. It works. Like, I love it. I'm like, I'm going to do this full time. I could do it. Why not? So then I just decided I'm doing it. And now I'm doing it full time. And it's changed my life 100%, which I think is amazing because I moved to a new town. I didn't really know anybody. I didn't really have many friends. And one day I was just like praying to God. I'm like, Lord, like bring me some like good women in my life. Like I need a circle. Like I need some community. And Andrea brought this and like she brought this opportunity to me. And like I've made some of the closest friends and I have people who are cheering for me and rooting for me. And like it's incredible to wake up to have like a good morning message, like not just from your boyfriend. Like that's like, good morning, you got this, you can do it. Like great butt. Like like my friend Maggie will send that. But just having that community of people around you is just incredible and it's completely changed my life.
I love it. You're awesome. Okay. That's crazy, you guys. One question just changed her life. Like Andrea, like what if Andrea would have never went up and just asked that question?
I don't know.
It's just so crazy to think about that, isn't it? Like you probably had, like before you like try the products or like, had you heard of It Works or like ever been interested or anything like that?
You know what I have? And Courtney, I think I've told you this. I'm pretty sure I followed you on Instagram like for 3 years. Oh. And like we talked about keto coffee before and like, nah. Like yeah. I've said no before and like I had that like, no, it doesn't work type of thing. And all it took was just one, okay, sure. That like changed my life. Like 3 seconds of like insane courage to just do it.
That's so awesome. I freaking love that. Okay, so doing this full time, something else that you just said, like just being able to like get out of a situation that you're not happy at, I think that is so huge, because so many of us, you know, we do get in a place where we're like, you know, like, did you always want to be a teacher? Like, did you always feel like that was like going to be your thing, like beforehand?
So not like always. I mean, I taught swim lessons. I was a babysitter. I was always around kids. But I went into school knowing that like, all right, I'm going to be a teacher. Like, I'm going to be a teacher. And it kind of wrecked me. Like lately in the last few months when I was like, that's not what I'm doing anymore. But you know what? That's not true. I am a teacher. I'm a teacher and I'm a leader. I'm leading my team and I'm teaching people who want this. I'm not just like, hey kid, care about this, you know? Like I'm teaching people how to love what they do, how to get out of debt. You know, I am a teacher. I am a leader. I'm using the gifts that God gave me just in a different setting.
Yes, no, that's awesome. It was the same thing for me. Like, I knew I always wanted to do something in the health field. Like, I wanted to help people. And I'm literally, like, growing up, like, I always knew I would do something in the health field. And literally, like, here I am, like, working in the health field, helping people, but, like, in a totally different way in something so much better and bigger than I ever thought, you know, I would ever be a part of, like, growing up. So it's so awesome that, like, timing, I truly feel like is everything. And, like, you know, what if she didn't come and ask you that question? What if you did have to just stay or felt like you had to stay in a position where you weren't happy? And like, I feel like so many people in this world, like, do feel that way. Like, they go and they like go to college and they get what they thought was like their dream job and stuff. And then they realize like it wasn't actually what it was all cracked up to be. And so many people, instead of actually like doing something about it, they just feel stuck in their situation. They're like, well, I guess this is what life is going to be like. And you know, this business is just giving like so many people the opportunity to like show you that there is so much more out there. And so just doing that for you, like, I felt like when we were talking today earlier, I was like, the timing of this is so crazy. Like, you know, that you literally like decided, you know, you're like, wow, like I want to do this full time. That's so cool. So excited. I can't wait to see where you continue to take it. Okay. So I'm sure you have a lot of the same like daily to-dos as Andrea, but do you do pretty much all the same thing? If you just want to kind of like walk us through what you do on the daily. I also know that you do live videos. And so if you just, anything you want to share with us, you go at it, girl.
Absolutely. So, daily to-dos, I take pictures. Like Andrea said, literally if you have one day, like get 5 outfits, grab someone, take pictures. I post every hour on my story. I have things saved because you want your face popped up. You want your face right at the beginning of the bubble because people aren't going to watch 50 times for you to show up. I message 100 people plus a day. I've set an alarm. I think I learned this. I watch your Zooms and people and Jade Hooper and Cheyenne Zooms all day long. If you are messaging, like turn off Netflix, turn off The Bachelor in Paradise sometimes, and listen to Zooms while you're messaging because you're learning new things every day. And I'll talk to people and they're like, well, I don't really know what to do. I'm like, are you doing a part of personal development? And they're like, no. I'm like, listen to Zooms while you're working. You learn something new every day. Also, so setting an alarm like every hour. Okay, I'm going to send 20 messages an hour helps because I work well in increments, not like all day long. Also, I'm like reading my Bible, listening to motivation. One of the biggest things is being yourself. Like the world doesn't need another person. It needs you. You know, like I've tried so hard to like be calm and collected, but I'm not. Like I have energy and I have this voice, you know, and like just being you. And I get people messaging me all the time like, you crack me up. Like I love watching your videos. You spill all the time. Your smile, you know what? You just make me smile. You know, and like that's how you connect with people. Is like being you and being yourself and being real and showing like the mess of your life. I think that's shown the biggest difference is being yourself. And recently, like not always wearing makeup. Like I like do myself all like done up for this, you know, but like showing not wearing makeup and showing you in your grungy clothes, like being real with people because anyone can post pictures. Not a lot of people can actually be real.
Yes, agree 110%. I love that. And I feel like so many of us, like when we get started, like that's so scary, especially on social media, like put yourself out there. Cause like, at least I never posted consistently like before this. Like I would post like once a month, like on like if it was like someone's birthday or like a special occasion or something like that, you know. It's so like putting yourself out there is so scary, I feel like, to so many people at first. And it's not like people aren't always posting all day long on social media if they're not working through it. So I feel like getting through that obstacle can like be tough at first. So were you someone that could just like hop on a live video before, or was that something that made you nervous? Like how, I guess I'm asking like, how did you just like start with your live videos, and what do you do for your live videos? Like, do you talk about products every time, the business every time, or like, do you have a schedule that you go off of when you do those?
So with live videos, I was like, that's nuts. No way. Like I heard about that. I was like, nope, someone else could do that. But then I realized it's like, it's kind of just like introducing yourself. Like I heard on like a Jada Hooper video, it's like, it's just kind of like knocking on the door, like, hi, I'm here, just for people to watch you, you know? So, I started with I did like a just salary one, but I'll also show myself like folding my laundry or like doing regular life things, you know? It's about getting people's attention. Like, hi, hello, I'm here. And then people start watching you. You know, it's kind of just about getting people's attention, but it's also about like being new, sharing exciting things that's happening in your life, sharing new products. But I mean, it definitely takes that like 5 seconds of courage. It's just like, you know what? I don't care. People are going to be mean. Haters going to hate. Like, who cares? Like, this is my business and I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anyone else. So it took some time. It took me a little while to do it, but I've started to like I'll just jot things down, like, okay, like things I love and just talk about it. You know, like I just want to talk like talk to the camera like it's your best friend. Like that's the best advice I've ever gotten, you know, and just being yourself, and people can feel that. And that's how they get that relationship with you, you know, not being like, hi stranger, how you doing? Like, hey girl, like, how are you? You know, like people feel that, you know, and they feel that connection, and they get that connection with you, and they trust you more.
Yes, I agree. And it's so funny because like I can do Instagram videos all day long, you guys, like all day long, but live videos still freak me out. But anytime I've ever done one, I feel on top of the world afterwards. Like, don't you just feel like this, like,
you get like a high, like,
it's like I can do anything in the world right now, like after doing that live. So if you, I love the 5-second rule thing, because that's definitely something like I would have to do as well. I feel like having the list of topics is so smart though, because then you're not just like, don't really know what to talk about. So if you don't want to do lives, do you feel like your lives have helped you a lot?
I think that they have. I've tried to do them about like my like kind of like branding yourself, you know, like we talk about that, like having it in your Insta or having it in your Facebook, like talking about the things that you love and finding people who also love those things. I feel like they have helped me, because I'll get engagements from people who I usually don't talk to, or who won't like my post because it's not about the business, you know, it's about my life. So I feel like it definitely has, because it's people like, you know, you'll get the notification like someone's on a live, so you're like, all right, sure, swipe up, like, and you'll just watch them, and they'll be like, oh, she's kind of cool, maybe I'll check her out.
Yeah, for sure. And people just want to know like what's going on in other people's lives. You know, it's like you'll be watching, like you said, you're folding laundry. Like people will watch that because It's just like, oh, what is she doing? Like we're just on social media. Like we just want to like know what's going on. So I love that, and that you incorporate the business and the products and stuff. So yeah, I've seen your results. You've gotten such good results. You said you lost 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So does that help you out a lot with like customers and stuff?
Oh my gosh, it's insane. I tell people, I'm like, get your own results, because like how can you not be a product of the product? You need to have 100% confidence in what you sell. You need to be trying the products. And, you know, even just at first, I know it's scary taking those before pictures, and like you take them and you're like, that's gross, I don't want this, but you need to keep those. You know why? Because next month, that's going to be your before picture. And I love sending that picture, because I'll literally say, these products have changed my life. Look at this. And then they'll be like, holy crap, that's awesome. You know, and like just sending my own picture versus saying, oh, my friend da-da-da lost this. Like I've had people text me like, or message me back, because I see your results, I know this is real. And that's what people want. People want genuine, people want real. Everyone's afraid of being scammed. So when you have like, hey, here's my face, this is what I look like, you probably saw it a few months ago, and having your now, it's changed the game. I tell people, even like your cleanse, like, or any result you have week by week, take pictures, because you might not notice, but other people will notice. Like until you put them back to back, like until I did my back to back picture, I'm like, holy smokes, I didn't realize that. And I showed my boyfriend, I go, did I really look at that? He's like, yeah, you kind of had like a dinner plate face going on. I'm like, shut up. He's like, I didn't realize that it changed. Like it was that drastic of a difference until you do that, you know? So like take those pictures, because maybe you don't notice it because you're looking at yourself every day. But once you do the back to back, you'll see a difference. And that's what'll get customers, because that's when people will see, okay, she uses them and she's real.
Yes, for sure. And if you're new and you haven't gotten your hands on the product yet, do it. Like, it will change your business. And it's so easy to, like, I feel like close the deal. Just be like, you know, this is like what it's done for me. And just being able to like show them that makes it so much more legit, like she was saying. So yeah, your results are freaking awesome. Okay. So do you do Zooms as well weekly, like with your own team, or do you and Andrea do them together? How do you guys go about like leading and stuff?
Yes. So our team does Thursday night Zooms. And when Andrea and I are able to get together, like we'll do them together. But we kind of do both of our teams. So both of us will go on and we'll talk. And one thing that I've learned is like layered leadership, like asking other people in your team to talk, you know, like figure out what people are best at, pick that out, and then ask them to talk about it, you know, because like as awesome as much as you want to look at like my face all day long, like people want to hear from other people, you know, like people think like, oh my gosh, like she's up here, I can't relate to her. You know, we think that these people are magical unicorns because they're so high, and they're like, well, I can't relate to her at all. But when you have different people when you have other people in your team saying like, hey, I'm here, but you know what, I'm gonna be here, but this is what she excels at, and this is what you need to hear. You know, just having that layered leadership and having everyone bring their strengths to the table and teach each other, that's the best advice I have. Like in leadership, like I've asked different people in my team, like, you know what, you kill it at this, can you keep doing that? Absolutely. And it gives them that confidence, like, oh, okay. You know, we're prepping you to be a leader, girl. You're going to have your own team twice the size as mine pretty soon. So you need to get people like on that level. Like you're going to do this soon. You might as well start now.
Yes, for sure. And I feel like that's so important too. Like when she first went Ruby, I was like, start on Zoom. So now she's passing, you know, now you guys are doing it together. That's just so awesome to me. Cause I feel like, you know, it is something we feel like, oh, we have to have like this huge team and all this amazing, know all this knowledge, and really no. Like start investing into your team now, and I feel like that is just taking both of y'all. Sorry, my dogs are killing each other. You can hear that behind me, but that's just taking you to just so far, and I love it. I love that you guys live by each other and you go take pictures together. That is just, it's so awesome. It just worked out so perfect. It makes me so happy. But okay, if you could go back and tell yourself just like one thing when you first started this business, what would it be?
Ooh, I think my biggest advice would be confident in yourself and own it. Yeah. Like own yourself. You are the best version of yourself, and let the world know it. Like people aren't buying products, like they're buying you. You know, they're buying that relationship. So like be real with people, be honest and open. Like we talk about like life posts. Like I get super real. I'm like, you know, I had a really horrible day and I've been crying, but like I know I'm gonna get better, and I know this is gonna get better. You know, like being vulnerable and showing that you're not this super happy person all the time, and you have feelings and your feelings get hurt and sometimes you struggle. I think that being honest and being real and being vulnerable completely changed it. Yeah. It completely changed it. And voice messages when you're talking with someone. So just saying like, if they have the option on Instagram, so people know you're not like a robot. You get that connection. You hear more like accentuations in your tone, you know, and it's completely changed how I message.
I feel like with your excitement too, like everyone would want to try the product. She's really excited. Like you can just tell from your excitement. Like that's so important, because it is like, it's so easy to be like sound like super scripty and not real, and like take it the wrong way with text messages. So I am really happy like they have the option as well. Like
right.
I love it. You're amazing. When is your plan for Diamond?
Dude, next month.
Yeah.
So I went Ruby in 2, Emerald in 4, and I'm going Diamond this month. It's gonna happen. There's no stopping me, you know, like it's just, you have to have that game plan. You have to say like, I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. And my biggest advice for people, what I learned is like, for volume, it's terrifying. Thousands? Are you kidding me? Like that's really scary. The best advice I have for getting volume, take the number you need, divide it by 31 days. That's your goal. 100 per day, whatever, that's your goal. And that's what you work towards. Little steps is how you're going to get it and how you're going to kill it. So I'm going Diamond. Andrea and I are going to go to the top. We're going to be right up there with you, Courtney, and right up with everyone else. You'll see us there soon.
Oh my gosh, y'all are freaking awesome. I love it. Well, I'm excited. Keep me updated. It's happening. I'm holding you to it.
Absolutely.
Okay. You're
Absolutely.
awesome. Seriously, so much for getting on. Andrea, is there anything else that you wanted to say before we jumped off?
Yeah, the two things I was going to say, she kind of said, well, number one, consistency, always. Like, always. You can always get on your phone really quick and post a story. Like, you literally can. Like, it literally takes 10 seconds. Like, you can do it, I promise. So, always, like, every single day, you have to do something. Like, even if you can give 10 seconds a day, that's consistency will get you so far in this business. Remember, what you're doing now a lot of times doesn't pay off for 2 or 3 months, but you're planting seeds, and that is huge. That is progress. That is steps. So it might not be popping up on your phone as a notification that you just got a distributor or a loyal customer, but you planted a seed, and that's going to most likely be a notification on your phone in 2 months. So that's kind of how I always like remind people when they feel like they're at a halt. If you're doing everything that your leader is telling you to do, like, the success is coming. It is coming. Just remind yourself, like, if everyone did this, you know, it wouldn't be easy. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Number two, Caitlin has had such success because do you guys see her energy? Like, oh my gosh, everyone wants to buy from her. And I have these, so I have people, like, they'll send me their screenshots or whatever. And, you know, if you're really short with somebody, or you don't have an exclamation point, or you don't sound excited, or you don't have a heart or anything, like, you guys, they're not going to want to buy from you. Like, if you're sending a response that's 3 to 5 words, like, I wouldn't want to buy. Like, you know, like, I wanted to buy from Courtney because she was so outgoing and happy and excited when I messaged her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I literally remember thinking, I literally can't back out now. Like, she was so excited for me. And like, but like, I'm serious. Like, that's the mindset that these potentials have, you guys. Like, they don't know the background. So you have to be excited. I had the other day, one of my loyal customers, she said to me, she was like, I was actually just talking about this product to somebody else, but they weren't really all that nice to me, and you just really took the time to talk to me and made it about me, and I'm ready to buy. And it is so simple. Just slow down, send that extra message that really makes it about them. So like Caitlin said, voice messages go a long way, but really just altering it to them. It's not about you 100%. And so it's really about them and meeting their goals. So what is your goal? How can we best meet it? And we'll find a product for you together. So.
I love it. You guys are so amazing. Seriously. Thank y'all so much for getting on. Y'all, was this amazing or what? Like, seriously, I just can't even deal. Y'all are freaking bomb. But yes, literally, Shine said literally, yes. Y'all are so amazing. I can't wait to watch you go double and you diamond. And it's just, y'all are on the top. I truly, truly believe that. Like, I can just feel it. Like, I can just already see it. So it makes me so happy. But I did record this, you guys. I will post it.